everyone. Welcome to Garage Active GTR Disneyland.
Many car enthusiasts know Garage Active for their spectacular Carbon R builds seen at SEMA and Tokyo Auto Salon, plus Sakamoto's viral carbon fibre video.
Carbon fiber, this, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, all carbon fiber. Yeah.
But OG GTR fans know that Garage Active have been tuning GTRs since the 90s and one of the OGs of street drag GTRs, and still continue to drag race GTRs to this day. Since he attended PRP GTR Festival for the first time in 2023, Sakamoto has become a good friend and invited us to spend some time with him and his workshop down in Kitakyushu on the South Island. It's around 14 hours drive or 6 hours by the bullet train from Tokyo, so we took the Shinkansen. Garage Active has 3 parts to it: the workshop, the paint and body shop, and Sakamoto's personal collection, which also has the Rs bar. We were given full access to take you guys on a tour. Sakamoto's personal collection is impressive, with cars he has collected and built over 2 decades. It fills up an entire warehouse. Some cars are part of the collection due to their rarity, such as not 1, but 2 R35 GTR Nismos, and there is an R34 GTR N1. But of course, it's modified. There is multiple R34 GTRs, including V-Spec 2 NER, M-Spec NER, Millennium Jade, and more. They're all highly modified and all highly desirable. There was also a couple of OG R32 GTRs as well. Parked down the back was the very first Carbon R, debuted in 2018. Built engine, HKS single turbo, Hypertune inlet, and OS88 sequential transmission. Sakamoto assures us that this car will never be for sale as it's build number 1. This car has run a 9-second pass and a 58-second lap at Tsukuba Circuit, proving it not only looks good, but it's a great all-round street car. There was another blue R32 wide body there, but sporting over fenders on the rear rather than the blended wide body, and sporting upgraded twin turbos. Another Carbon R in the collection was number 6, the raw Carbon R. The exposed carbon is incredible, as is the interior, which has a ton of carbon fibre, including the Recaro front seats and the rear seat delete. The engine bay on this car is next level, completely smooth and painted, with the built stroker motor sporting a Greddy inlet manifold and monster HKS GT 75 115 turbocharger, which is the same size as a G42 1450, allowing this car to easily make over 1,000 horsepower, and Sakamoto has raced this car as well. There was 2 R33 wide-body complete builds. Number 3, which is the white one with airbags that was debuted at Tokyo Auto Salon 2019. Has a stroker motor, HKS single turbo and Greddy inlet, and makes 850 PS. Inside, it's a welded-in roll cage, and you can see the OS 88 6-speed sequential transmission. The grey R33 is more of a street car, with the built engine sporting low-mount turbochargers, HKS piping kit and Greddy inlet. Inside, it has garage active seat covers and still uses a 5-speed H-pattern gearbox. The white R35 is Garage Active's 2017 facelift demo car. Not part of his collection, as it's a customer car, was the green Carbon R displayed at the most recent Tokyo Auto Salon. Sporting the new re-released Work VSKF wheels, it looks pretty gangster. It runs a built engine with V-cam, Greddy inlet and HKS 6290 turbo, which will be super responsive, and matched to an OS 88 6-speed sequential makes for a fun street car. The Garage Active Body Factory is where the magic happens on the Carbon Rs. This is where the parts are prototyped, such as the new R32 boot spoiler extensions that they were working on while we were there, as well as the new OEM replacement dry carbon kit for R32. That's right, a non-wide body Carbon R is being developed. Here is the next Carbon R build just getting started. And all of those Carbon R builds means that Sakamoto has built up a large collection of spare, second-hand OEM parts. Bonnets, doors, roof skins, and plenty of seats as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Many roof.
Garage Active doesn't just develop and build Carbon R complete cars. It is still a traditional paint shop specialising in GTRs. There was an R32 there with a Veilside Evolution wide body, plus some other customer cars being worked on as well. In the countryside of Japan is the Garage Active Workshop, the one that we've seen in magazines and videos since the 90s. And it feels like it hasn't really changed. Garage Active is exactly how you picture an OG JDM tuning shop in your mind. The showroom is filled to the brim with Garage Active wheels, model cars and trinkets, as well as trophies, photo memories, magazines and all sorts of model cars. It's more of a man cave than a showroom. Outside were a couple of tastefully modified R32 GTRs. Downstairs is a traditional workshop. There's an engine building room which is filled to the brim with OEM and aftermarket engine building parts, as well as blocks and heads ready to be built. There is a Dynapack hub dyno outside and the traditional workstop downstairs, and there is parts galore. Looking through his parts, Sakamoto has more HKS parts in stock than probably all of the HKS dealers in Australia, Europe and USA combined. It's insane. He has Nismo wheels, OS 88 sequential transmissions, headlights, N1 blocks, all sorts of stuff, and there is so much of it in stock. He could be cut off from the rest of the world and still build another 30 GTRs. But why so many parts, you might ask? Well, quite simply, sometimes he just orders an engine from Nissan and it shows up a few years later, or he just buys things when they're readily available to have them in stock for later. It's better to have the stock and not need it than need parts and not have it. Planning ahead, if you will. We found 2 more Carbon Rs at the workshop as well. The red Carbon R, which actually has a naturally aspirated RB30 block with 26 head, and with no turbo hardware, it makes the engine base super simple and clean and saves a lot of weight. The Midnight R that was unveiled at SEMA in 2022 was there as well. This has the midnight purple shade to the dry carbon body kit. The biggest treat for us was seeing and hearing Sakamoto start up the 3 drag cars and move them outside for us to feature. With so much attention on the Carbon Rs, it was a nice change to blow the dust off these 3 OG street drag GTRs. The black R33 is actually the same car as the blue one shown in videos in the early 2000s. This one is still an RH9 street drag GTR running a Hollinger sequential transmission. The interior is gutted and caged for drag racing, and it has all the usual torque split, mixture and boost controllers, plus an HKS FCON Pro V ECU. Under the car is pretty simple, with just Hikus lock bar, camber arms, coilovers, solid diff bushes, and a Cusco LSD. In the boot is a small fuel cell, surge tank, and Bosch 044 fuel pumps. Externally, there is plenty of carbon such as the bonnet, boot and doors, and it has the garage active wide body kit and side mirrors, and it also has Lexan windows to reduce more weight. The engine bay is still super 90s with polished cam covers and split fire coil packs with a bunch of blue silicon everywhere. The engine is an HKS Step 2 2.8 litre stroker with Naprec drag head, Tomei 290 degree Pro cams with 11.5mm lift. The twin high mount turbo kit has been modernised with HKS GT 5565s, which are equivalent to G30 770s. There is some nitrous to help get them onto boost. It runs a twin entry intercooler, endless inlet manifold, and custom twin side pipe exhaust. The cars run a PB of 8.7 at 167 miles per hour. The blue R33 is the bigger brother. It also has a garage active wide body kit and plenty of carbon panels for weight reduction, but the biggest difference externally is the drag wing. The other difference with this car is that it runs an air-shifted Liberty transmission. Inside is drag spec with cage, nitrous bottle and switchgear, but this one uses a digital dash. Under the back is simple with Hikus lock kit, camber arms and solid subframe bushes. Under the hood is an HKS Step 3 2.8 litre stroker N1 engine with ported head and Step 3 292 degree camshafts. It uses a Pexi twin RHX6 turbo kit in P20 trim. It also has some nitrous assistance, a Pexi twin entry intercooler, Hypertune inlet manifold, HKS fuel rail, SARD fuel pressure regulator, and an HKS FCON Pro V ECU. Car has run a best time of 8.2 at 177 miles per hour. The R32 GTR drag car is a bit of an oddity. It looks like a street drag style GTR with a muffler out the back, carbon hood and boot lip spoiler the only external mods, and it has 275/45/17 Nitto drag radials under the guards. But look inside and it has an air shifted Liberty transmission and it's fully stripped with a roll cage plus nitrous bottle and the usual gauges. The Monster Taco is a nice nostalgic touch. Under the back is simple like the rest of them with only a Hikus lock kit, camber arms and solid rear subframe bushes. And you can see the twin Bosch 044 fuel pumps and fuel filters. This car runs a 2.7 litre engine with Naprec drag head and Tomei 290-degree Pro cams. It has a Trust twin T67 turbo kit, which is massive and definitely needs the nitrous. Endless inlet manifold, Greddy fuel rail, side fuel pressure regulator, and split fire coil packs. It screams early 2000s and we love it. The car so far has gone 9.0 at 161 miles per hour. After spending a couple of days with Sakamoto, it's clear to see that he's as big a GTR enthusiast as it gets, with pretty much his entire adult life dedicated to them. He says he still has a lot to do, like an R34 Carbonar, other body kit pieces, and he wants to race at GTR festival events across the globe, including Australia and USA. The future is still bright for one of the OGs of GTR tuning. The video would be worth going to jail.